Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're heading to Thailand, metaphorically speaking, to really get under the skin of what the future holds for its luxury tourism sector.
Yeah, and we've got this fascinating 2025 study to guide us. It's packed with analysis on trends, traveler behavior, especially in hotels, looking right out to 2030.
And the potential seems, well, pretty significant.
Oh, definitely. The study suggests luxury tourism there could bring in over 660 billion baht by 2030.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not just a number, is it? It points to a real shift, I think, in what luxury means and what people are actually looking for in an experience.
Absolutely. And they didn't just pull this out of thin air. The study, it involved talking to, 15 tourism professionals?
That's right, 15 people working right in the thick of it in Thailand. So these are real ground-level perspectives.
Exactly. So our mission here for you listening is to unpack the key trends, maybe highlight some surprising bits, and just get a solid handle on how this is all evolving without, getting totally lost in the detail.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so the big picture first. What are the main forces driving this whole transformation in Thai luxury travel?
Well, the study really boils it down to three big things. First, you've got global demographics, basically, an aging population worldwide, but also, crucially, more high-income individuals.
Okay, more potential customers with spending power.
Precisely. Second, the massive lifestyle shifts that came out of the COVID-19 pandemic. That's really changed how and why people travel.
Right.
And third, something we're all increasingly aware of, climate change. It's genuinely starting to influence travel choices now.
That post-COVID period is, really interesting. We all remember the lockdowns, and the study mentions that initial sort of strong but brief travel comeback. But then talks about this kind of W-shaped recovery for hotel occupancy. What caused those ups and downs?
Well, it was a mix of factors, really. You had huge pent-up demand, obviously.
Sure.
But then subsequent virus waves, new restrictions that caused dips. The study specifically calls out things like those travel bubble ideas, insurance deals tied to bookings, and of course the vaccine rollouts happening at different speeds.
Right. It all created this volatility.
Exactly. It just shows how incredibly reactive and, well, adaptable the industry had to become, almost overnight.
A real test. And that kind of leads into the emerging themes shaping how the industry is responding now. What stood out to you there?
What really comes through is this push for much, much deeper customer relationships. It's not just surface level.
Okay, how so?
Luxury hotels are really focusing on properly understanding individual guest needs. And that's beyond just remembering a name, It's staff recognizing returning guests, knowing specific preferences like, say, food allergies, and even anticipating needs across different hotels in the same group.
That's the kind of seamless service you'd expect at that level, I suppose. The study also mentions something called shared decision-making and value co-creation. Sounds a bit jargony. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, it does sound a bit academic, but I think it means moving towards a more collaborative vibe between the hotel and the guest.
Collaborative.
Yeah, like hotels aren't just providing a service anymore. They're actively getting guests involved in shaping their own stays, maybe asking for feedback on amenities or designing itineraries together based on what someone's really into, or even offering exclusive behind-the-scenes glimpses.
Interesting. So the guest feels more like a partner in creating the experience.
Exactly that, like an active participant, not just a passive recipient.
Okay, that makes sense. And it feels connected to that other point about being super responsive to change and constantly co-developing what they offer. The industry seems much more agile now.
Totally. I mean, the pandemic hammered home the need for flexibility, didn't it? This theme just highlights how crucial it is for hotels to pivot, quickly respond to shifting tastes, new tech, unexpected world events. It's about constant evolution, really, working closely with guests.
Right. Okay, let's get to the heart of it. Luxury itself. The study says the definition is changing. It's not just about, gold taps anymore.
No, not necessarily. It seems luxury hospitality is being redefined. There's much more emphasis now on exclusivity and genuinely unique, memorable experiences, rather than just sort of flashy displays of wealth.
Okay.
The study even gives examples like the careful renovation of the Baroque Hotel Am Dam in Germany, blending old and new, or the redesign of the Ritz in Paris, focusing on timeless, understated elegance.
So less bling, more curated, unforgettable moments.
Yeah.
And there was also mention of ultra-luxury emerging. What takes it to that next level?
Yeah, ultra-luxury pushes it even further. It seems to really stress the unique character of the Maybe its amazing location, its history, unique architecture combined with incredibly sophisticated, deeply personal service. It's about offering something genuinely rare and often very private.
Something truly exceptional. And then there's this interesting split they mentioned, matching vacations versus sampling vacations. That was new to me.
Yeah, it's quite a neat way to think about different traveler types. Matching vacations, that's when people want the reliable comfort and high standards of established luxury hotel brands, often in places they know are good. Predictably premium, you could say.
Okay, the safe bet?
Sort of, whereas sampling vacations, that's for the more adventurous types. They're seeking out newer, maybe less conventional spots, looking for unique, off-the-beaten-path experiences, even if there's a bit more, uncertainty involved.
That makes a lot of sense. You've got your comfort seekers and your novelty seekers, even within luxury. Okay, let's zoom in on Thailand. Its history is obviously incredibly rich. How does that play into its luxury appeal today?
Well, Thailand's history as this major crossroads for centuries has created this incredibly rich cultural tapestry. The study touches on, I think, 3 different eras of prosperity, all shaped by diverse influences: Khmer, Chinese, Western, you name it. That deep cultural heritage is a huge asset for tourism.
And its current standing in luxury travel is pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
I remember seeing rankings.
Yeah, back in 2014, it was ranked 4th globally for top luxury travel recommendations. And just before the pandemic hit, projections for tourism revenue were heading towards a 3 trillion bet.
Wow.
The study confirms that demand in places like Bangkok, Phuket, Koh Samui, Chiang Mai is consistently high, which naturally pushes up room rates. But that success also means more competition, both from big international players and local investors jumping in.
Always the case with success, isn't it? High demand attracts competition. So how are luxury places in Thailand trying to stand out now?
A key strategy seems to be creating these really exclusive experiences. Luxury travelers increasingly want more than just nice things. They want personalized, unique activities, think wellness retreats, deep dives into nature, genuine cultural immersion.
So hotels need to be more like experienced designers.
Exactly. Experienced designers and orchestrators, that's the phrase used. It's about curating the whole journey, not just providing a room.
But the study hinted there might be a challenge there for local Thai hoteliers compared to the big chains.
It did suggest that. Competing with the huge resources and global networks of international chains in crafting these super sophisticated, curated experiences could be tough. They might have, better systems for booking specialist guides or wider partnerships. Thai hoteliers really need to play to their strengths, that unique cultural insight, and find innovative ways to match those offerings.
Makes sense. And it's not just about what you do during the stay anymore, is it? That point about non-stay and non-play activities post-COVID, like fine dining.
That's a really interesting development, yeah. With travel being restricted or people just changing habits, luxury hotels found new ways to connect with locals, too, through high-end food, maybe special events, things that don't require an overnight booking. Shows real resilience, I think.
Definitely adaptable.
Okay.
Impossible to talk future without talking tech.
Hey.
How is technology changing the game in Thai luxury tourism?
Oh, it's massive, totally transformative. The study highlights widespread use of AI, big data analytics, IoT, the Internet of Things, and lots of smart tourism initiatives.
Smart tour.
Yeah, integrating tech to make the visitor experience smoother. Think seamless Wi-Fi, real-time info on apps, personalized suggestions based on your location data. We're even seeing early days stuff like drone delivery maybe to your room, and VR for planning trips. Big data, for instance, helps predict demand and personalize offers way better.
Drone delivery to my villa. Okay, I can picture that. What else on the tech front?
Well, the rise of direct booking sites and the big online travel agents, OTAs, means more transparency, more competition. And mobile tech is huge, obviously. It's changed how everyone researches and books travel, and it's driving that whole smart destination idea. The prediction was that over 2/3 of premium travelers would be heading to these kinds of tech-enabled destinations soon.
It's all about seamlessness and personalization, powered by data, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay, who is this luxury traveler then? Did the study give us a profile?
It did offer some insights. It defines them partly by budget spending, around 1.5 million Muller or more a year on travel.
Okay, significant spending.
Yeah. And a 2022 survey, mainly focused on U.S. travelers, found something quite interesting about age. A big chunk were actually quite young. The 25-34 and 35-44 brackets were the largest groups.
Younger than maybe you'd traditionally think.
Potentially, yeah. Mostly from California and New York in that survey, often in management or executive roles, and a lot were married.
Useful demographic snapshots.
Well.
But the study also flagged an area where we don't know enough, right?
Exactly. We have demographics, but the psychographics, personality, what truly motivates someone to choose a certain luxury trip, their core values, that's still pretty much underexplored. Understanding the why behind the choice, their personal triggers, how they even look for information, that's critical for really tailoring things perfectly. Needs more research.
That deeper why seems key for creating truly resonant experiences. Okay, shifting focus slightly, sustainability. How big a deal is that becoming in Thai luxury?
It's becoming huge, moving rapidly from like a nice to have to a core value. Consumer awareness is way up, and there's real demand now for eco-friendly, responsible practices in luxury hotels.
So people are actually asking about it.
Oh, yeah. The study suggests green luxury hotels could really gain market share because travelers are actively questioning hotels and destinations about their sustainability efforts before booking. It's influencing decisions.
It's not just marketing fluff anymore. What kind of green practices are they looking for?
The study mentions things like solar power, obviously, but also more innovative stuff like building underground hotels to minimize environmental impact, plus more electric vehicles for transport and big pushes to go plastic-free. Luxury consumers increasingly expect and value this stuff.
Aligning spending with values. Makes sense. Looking ahead then, what are the big projections? Where's the growth expected, and are there other hotspots emerging?
Well, the big projection is Asia, especially China, becoming the wealthiest region globally by 2030. That's expected to be a massive driver for luxury tourism growth.
And Thailand's well placed for that.
Very well placed. It's already a top destination in Asia with huge variety in what it offers. So expect continued growth in luxury leisure, luxury business travel, and also that MIC market meetings, incentives, conferences, exhibitions.
Okay. And globally.
We're seeing other luxury hotspots rise too, places like Dubai, the Maldives, obviously, but also Bhutan, Vietnam, offering different kinds of unique experiences.
So strong outlooks for Thailand. But are there potential bumps in the road mentioned?
Yes, a couple of potential challenges flagged. One is the risk of oversupply, too many hotel rooms in certain popular areas, and also increasing competition from neighboring countries like Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, as they develop their own tourism more.
Right, the neighborhood effect. Competition keeps everyone on their toes.
Yeah.
To make this more concrete, the study mentions some success stories in Thailand. Quick examples.
Sure. The Siam Hotel in Bangkok got a nod for its really distinctive design blending traditional Thai style with modern luxury, and it's consistently rated highly.
A classic.
And the Mandarin Oriental, Bangkok too, recognized for its history, its preserved elegance, and its real focus on Thai culture. The study also noted the trend of cool boutique hotels popping up in Bangkok and existing hotels getting major refurbs. And importantly, the rise of wellness offerings. Banyan Tree was named as a leader there.
All familiar, top-tier names. Now, digital marketing. The study really stressed how vital that is now.
Oh, absolutely crucial for sales, for building the brand, for getting feedback in luxury. It's essential. And that post-COVID boom in luxury spending by Chinese consumers really shook up the global market, underlining how vital a strong online presence is.
And tailoring the message, too, presumably.
Definitely. Using the right channels and the right messaging for different groups is key. You can't just blast the same thing everywhere.
Influencers seem to be playing a bigger and bigger role.
For sure. Instagram's obviously huge for travel. It's so visual, perfect for showcasing those aspirational luxury moments.
Right.
But TikTok is coming up fast. It's more about that spontaneous, engaging short video content. The hospitality world is still figuring out exactly how best to use TikTok, but its influence is growing, no doubt about it.
Capturing those must-see moments. Okay, finally, let's talk about Thailand's inherent appeal. That cultural element must be massive for luxury, right?
Absolutely fundamental. Thailand's unique cultural charm, the whole Land of Smiles thing, it's not just a slogan. The hospitality, the amazing historical sites, the vibrant traditions like Songkran or Loy Krathong, these are massive draws.
The genuine warmth and heritage are hard to replicate. So how are luxury experiences weaving that in more?
There's a definite trend towards creating luxury experiences that feel authentically Thai. It appeals hugely to both wealthy locals and international visitors looking for that genuine connection. So think traditional crafts in the hotel design, refined local food that honors tradition, maybe offering really immersive cultural activities led by local experts.
Getting beyond the surface level. And when you're marketing this globally, that cultural sensitivity must be paramount.
Oh, totally. Marketing needs careful tailoring for different nationalities. The study specifically mentions marketing to Chinese tourists the importance of building trust, working with local partners there, using the right online platforms popular in China to talk about Thailand's attractions, its food, its culture.
Makes perfect sense. So wrapping up our deep dive here, it feels like luxury tourism in Thailand is really at a fascinating point. Big changes underway.
That sums it up well, yeah. You've got these shifts in who's traveling, why they're traveling, the impact of tech, this huge push for sustainability, and these really personal, culturally rich experiences. It means lots of opportunity, but also, yeah, more competition.
And for you listening in, hopefully you now have a clearer picture of the forces shaping this really dynamic sector. Whether you're maybe planning a trip yourself one day, working in the industry, or just curious, you've got some solid insights into how things are evolving.
Which leaves us with a pretty interesting thought to ponder, I think, as these luxury travelers increasingly look for unique experiences, cultural depth, and genuine sustainability. How do those older ideas of just pure opulence, the extravagance factor, how do they need to adapt to stay relevant and desirable in Thailand, looking beyond 2030? Something to chew on.